Hi, this is Ted Kelly with another Ted's Hospitality Minute. Hey, today we've got a great guest. Actually, it's a 2.0 revisit. He's an entrepreneur, a mentor. He's the CEO of SINA Hospitality, and I know he's been doing a lot of great things since the last time we talked. Hey, Ravi, how are you doing?
Good, Ted. How are you?
I am doing well, man. I am so excited to have you come back on and talk a little bit about what you guys have been doing over at SINA Hospitality. So tell me a little bit about what's been going on. It's been probably a little over a year, maybe almost 2 years since we chatted.
Two
I know
years.
you were doing some great things then. We were in the middle of COVID. We were trying to figure out, what our next steps would be there. And I know we had chatted quite a bit about how you were taking care of your employees and trying to keep everybody safe. So give us an update. How are things been going since 2021 probably? Talk a little bit about what you guys have been doing.
Things are good. I mean, we're still building hotels, still hiring people. We've actually hired a lot more people since the last time we've talked because we've opened 3 hotels in that time period. But yeah, I think we've been fortunate. I mean, I know everybody can't say the same thing, but I'm just blessed to be able to keep doing what we're doing at a good pace. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. So now tell me, when we last talked, I think you were around 20 something hotels, maybe. What's the portfolio look like now?
So now we're in 6 states. We're at 30 hotels. We'll probably finish the year at maybe 32 to 34. We'll see how the year goes. But yeah, definitely a healthy pipeline. Still a strong relationship with Marriott. Almost 50% of our portfolio are Marriott branded hotels.
Yeah. And when we were talking last, I think you were excited about a project that you had coming up in West Virginia, maybe? Did that project tell us about it?
It's gonna break ground hopefully in another 2 weeks. So permitting now just takes forever, and it's not just West Virginia. I mean, it's Missouri. We're having the same thing, and so both of those projects will break ground this month, and it's crazy because we're already like almost over for this month, right? And then we've got 2 more hotels that'll break ground this year too. So total of 4 hotels.
Wow, that is awesome, man. So steady upward trajectory there. That's awesome. What else have you guys been doing? I understand that you've been doing some mentoring and I think partnering with maybe some of the local colleges, et cetera. Talk about that a little bit for us.
Yeah. So, I think a big part of what we want to do is continue to expand the footprint in the community.
Right.
So we're partnering with local colleges to provide internships and jobs for those individuals looking to be in the hospitality space. We're partnering with the local government to do like a private-public partnership. We're going to have more people from our company sit on nonprofit boards this year. So I keep telling people it's not really – you can go and look at SINA Hospitality, but it's not about Ravi Patel. It's about SINA Hospitality, and we want to make sure that we give back to the community and we're a partner. I'm a dad now, so I think about things differently, I guess.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
That is awesome. I know when we were talking before, we were talking about the challenges that you were having with trying to keep a stable labor force intact during COVID. And it sounds like now you're partnering with the local college to kind of keep a steady stream of high quality candidates coming through so you can continue to keep your pipeline of employees going.
Yeah. And, it's a great resource, right? Those programs have a requirement that, you need to have this many hours to graduate, but you need field experience. And so, I think the way that we've been able to handle everything through COVID and then come out of COVID, it makes us more attractive to potential candidates that are like, I want to work for a company like that, that understands about people, is going to take care of them and is not going to leave them high and dry if we have a situation that happened, 1 or 2 years ago happen again. So
Right. Now, I noticed that a lot of the brands have been trying to boost the ownership for minorities in their hotel ownership program. Have you seen, or what's your take on some of that? I know I've seen a lot of Wyndham, I think Marriott, I think I've seen some stuff from Choice. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think of that?
I think it's great. I mean, the world of hotel ownership has always been kind of dominated by males, right? Even if you take the minority part out of it. So it's good to see programs that are encouraging of minorities and women to be able to own hotels. My wife is a hotel owner with me, right? But she has friends that aren't, that want to get in that space. And so, partnering with the right people, the right franchises, they're really trying to incentivize people to come in and do that. And we need more, fresh ideas from people. So I think it's great.
Yeah. Is there one piece of particular advice that you would offer to any up and coming hoteler that wants to get in that space?
Yeah, I would say definitely leverage the programs that are out there. I think a lot of people look at hotel ownership and they think that maybe it's not achievable given whatever, situation they might be in life. And the government has always done a great job of providing programs and incentives for anybody to do any type of business, even outside of hotels. I would also say that partnering with a local bank is important. Right. It's still hard to get a loan right now for hotels, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. It's just you've got to be a little creative on how you do that, but certainly achievable, and even in this environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't know about you, but it seemed like toward the last 6 months, maybe 9 months of last year, the way the Feds kept changing the interest rate, it seemed like anybody that was trying to do construction had to put the brakes on things because it seemed like the cost to do it all of a sudden got into a place where it wasn't affordable in some places. Did that impact you at all? Any of the interest rate changes at all?
Definitely. Yeah. So, in today's environment, you're probably anywhere from 6.5% to 7% on an interest rate, which makes building a hotel difficult. Then, on top of that, when you go get a construction loan, you might only get 65 or 70% of the project value, right? So then you've got to come up with that additional equity. So maybe you were at 20% pre-COVID. Now you might be at 25, 30%. So more money that has to come out of your pocket. But, I keep reading all these articles about construction costs going down. And I think that's true, but it's only true in certain parts of the country. It hasn't really got widespread yet. And so I think as interest rates continue to rise, costs of materials are going to continue to go down because less people are going to build, which is going to sort of help with some of that supply and demand issue that we're seeing. So, like, for example, I'm seeing lumber come down, not all lumber, but certain pieces of lumber. So it's promising, hopefully by the middle of this year, we'll be lower. It's never going to be where it was pre-pandemic, but it'll be more affordable than it is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you, in certain sectors of the country, are you seeing labor costs fluctuate more than others?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, when I look at the Midwest, the labor is cheaper in the Midwest than it is on the East Coast, which is not all that surprising, but, it's good to see. So I think it's going to trickle down to the East Coast soon. So at least I hope so. I want to save some money.
Hey, you got to save that money so you can continue to expand that portfolio. Who knows? The next time we get to talk, you may be up to 50 hotels. I don't know, man. You're growing like gangbusters, man. Which I am so happy to hear things are going well for you and your company. And man, I am proud to catch up with you again. And I wish you nothing but the best in 2023. So, anything you want to share with our audience before we sign off?
Yeah, always looking for new opportunities, whether it's in a new build space or acquisition. You can find us on LinkedIn primarily, right? Any kind of updates that we have or anything new that's going on. And I would say reach out on our website, www.sinahospitality.com. Drop us a line, and maybe there's a way we can work together, and then maybe we'll come back next year on this podcast and give you another update of how we're doing.
That sounds good, Ravi. I got a feeling you'll probably be up maybe on CNBC the next time I see you on the Tuesday.
I don't know. I like this kind of stuff better.
But thanks so much for the time, Ravi. This is the Hospitality Minute. Thanks so much for joining us, guys, and we will see you next time. Have a great day.